we are set to go. As the Whitecaps will defend the opening kickoff. It'll be the Rochester Raging Rhinos to kick off. The Whitecaps won't mind the rain. Changes the game a little bit on this surface, though, Alan Arrington.
Yeah, I think the surface will be a little bit of a factor with the rain. It'll be nicer to play than it is when it's dry. It's got a little bit of a skip to it, and it'll be a lot faster paced game.
And right off the bat, it's Rochester in possession with Nate Kraft going back to the big defender, Kenny Burtz, the 22-year-old, plays it wide right. And Sanfilippo thumps it into Whitecap territory, and Ryan Suarez with a lovely little flick backwards. Tony Keg gets his first touch of the match to our left in the Whitecap penalty area before throwing it wide for Steve Kindle. Closed down right away and hammered in touch on the far side by John Ball for a goal kick to our left as the rain continues to come teeming down here at Paytech Park, and it certainly will not be a sellout here at the first final for this beautiful facility.
It is a nice facility. There's no cover around on any of the stands really, and the fans are getting soaked as the game's going on, but if it's an exciting game, I don't think they'll be too bothered about that.
Jordy Lyle goes back to Keg, who has to dig it out of feet and then thump it through midfield. Stepping forward and knocking it through is Aaron Lyons. Out it goes for another goal kick to our left. Greg Howes actually with that last touch, wearing the number 9 shirt, and Tony Keg will have 2 balls thrown at him, and we'll set one of them down in the goal area as we are underway under floodlit conditions here at this beautiful new facility, which opened in June of this year. They still have a lot of work to do on it. When we were here last, we were hoping that the press facility would be done, but it's not. There's a bit of a labor problem here as the ball is sent through midfield. Tony Donatelli with a nice flick for the USL MVP, Jordy Lyle. Nice touch there wide by Valente. Charged down by Ball, who is really motivated for this game. Back it goes to Steve Kindle. Keeps it in on the far side of the field. Backwards for Klein. Left-footed ball through for Valente. On the far side of the field, Valente beaten to it. Johnny Minyonger with his first touch pokes it through. John Ball beaten to it by Donatelli, and Steve Klein will lay it backwards for Jordy Lyle. Right below us here, so close, boy, you could spit at him if you wanted to. I shouldn't say that, as the ball is headed off and out for a Whitecap throw in deep in Rochester territory, 20 yards up to our right. Tony Donatelli, the Pennsylvanian, whose mom and dad are here, huddled up in the rain, and he will leave it for Jordy Lyle, who was, of course, a nominee for Defensive Player of the Year. Dave Testo appeals for handball given, and the first foul of the game goes against the Whitecaps. Dave Testo called for handball. Yeah, the ball just skipped off the turf a bit there, and it caught David a bit by surprise, and rather than getting his chest behind him, he's got his arms being there as well, a bit of a free kick, but good pace to the game already. Rochester certainly come out meaning business and closing down very quickly, and I think the Whitecaps will do the same. So first 15-20 minutes they're going to be feeling each other out and getting at each other. It'll be mostly defensive, but I think this game will open up tonight. Ball played down the right flank as it was played for Ball, but that's taken away nicely by Kindle. Neatly back for Klein. Back to his goalkeeper. Oh, that came close to being a corner kick. Jordy Lyle just keeps it in. Is chased down, sidesteps his man beautifully, and then rolls it up cool as you like to Tony Donatelli. That time it goes off, and you can see the players sliding a little more comfortably on this surface. Rochester wins a throw, and Nate Kraft to take. He's about 22 yards off. He's going to wipe the ball off with his jersey, and then he's going to leave it for, it looks like, Kenny Burtz, who is going to take the long throws. He asks for a dry ball from the man on the sideline. And so Kenny Burtz is 20 yards up and capable of throwing these in. The wind is whipping into the face of goalkeeper Tony Keg to our left as Burtz backs up, steps to the line, and wanted some more movement, then throws a long ball into the penalty area, pushing and shoving. The ball bounces all the way through, and Keg has to punch it only as far as Ball sets it up backwards, knocked through to the top of the penalty area, knocked away by Ryan Suarez, and all the blue shirts push out as Nate Kraft plays it backwards for Frankie Sanfilippo from San Diego. Right-footed ball, veteran Rochester player, over the head of Jordy Lyle, and that ball's going to carry all the way to the end line. Lyle will just shield it off and watch it go out for a throw in deep. Good job by the Victoria native. Gets about 10 yards up the line, throws it ahead, and there's Joey Jertson doing some good running backwards. Ryan Suarez now on the ball. Up the line it goes for Donatelli. Rolls it ahead for Jertson. Beaten to it there by Palguda. Inside for Minyonger. Good pace to this game early on. And back to Sanfilippo. Then Burtz down the near side touchline to Nate Kraft, the left fullback. And then Palguda, and all the way over to Sanfilippo inside Rochester territory. Minute number 5, Rochester 0, Whitecaps 0, 2006 USL final. This is the curtain closer of the season as Mignonger sends it into the penalty area, and nice play by Tony Keg just to watch that one off the end line. Matthew Delicott was threatening, but he watches it go off the end for a goal kick to our left.
Well, there doesn't seem to be any nerves with the Whitecaps tonight, but I think they've just been a little bit sloppy at times at the back, and doing simple things wrong by trying to dribble and hold at the back, and really they need to just tidy that up a little bit. It's a little bit too clumsy for my liking early on.
That back pass from Klein to Tony Keg in particular, as now away goes Jordy Lyle up the near side touchline, comes inside to the former Rhino. Martin Nash sends a long ball that asks a lot of Tony Donatelli. He's going to give up the chase, and Scott Vallow, the Rochester goalkeeper, picks up in the open end. That's the end that has no stands behind it. He drops it to the turf. Joey Jertson gives chase, but Vallow sends a right-footed ball into Whitecap territory. Delicott, nice flick through, looking for Mignonger. Klein nods that ahead. Delicott knocks it back through, but there's the big figure of Steve Klein charging forward. Through for Jertson. Nice touch for Testo. Had nobody on the near side, so he has to carry forward. Did well to hold up. Leaves it wide for Freddie Valente. Valente did well to skip past one. Now it's Jertson. Left-footed ball across. And was it offside? Yes, it was. And I think it was either Freddie Valente or Joe Jertson caught offside on the far side of the pitch.
I think it was Joe Jertson caught offside there. Freddie did well to evade the tackle and jump over the guy and played Joey Jertson through, but he must have been just a little fraction of an inch offside, and the linesman had his flag up there. But good little play down the wing, and I think if they keep going down the wing, that's the way to go. That's the way to get some success tonight.
Long free kick then from Vallow, up over everybody's head. Through midfield it goes. Touchdown there by Howes. And over on the wide side for Ball, tried to play it through, and it's off for a throw-in, and San Filippo will take it on the far side. And again, they ask for a dry ball. And stepping up from the back will be big Kenny Burtz once again, who has been very impressive as a rookie for Rochester. This throw-in will come 25 yards up from the far corner flag. And now he inches closer to that corner flag, so it's about 20 yards up. Whips a long ball into the penalty area. Suarez heads it away. Is it going to go off for a corner? It is. There's the first corner of the match. It'll go to Rochester. And set plays, of course, will be a big part of this match.
Yeah, Rochester have got some big players with Doloscott up front. They've got about 3 or 4 6-foot-plus players in there, so it's going to be a challenge for the Whitecaps defenders.
Aaron Lyons, the Kiwi, will send this in left-footed. Lyons whips it into the penalty area. The wind pushing it around, headed away by Testo, not clear. Jertson just helps it on right-footed through midfield, and all the Whitecaps clear out as quickly as they possibly can, and it's sent right back into the edge of the penalty area. Martinez looking for it, headed away to the top of the box. Nicely done by Clark to just play it out wide left. And that's where Freddie Valente closes down, but John Ball's first there. Backwards for San Filippo, closed down by Testo. Up the line it goes for Ball, back to San Filippo, and all the way back to Burtz. And Burtz right at the midfield touchline, closed down by Testo. Got away from Testo, tried to send a nice ball through, does so. There's Jordy Lyle, speed to get back and knock the ball off the end line. Well, he was almost beaten, but that recovery. And it's a second corner for Rochester in succession, this time Mignonger to take.
Well, I thought Jordy Lyle was just caught a little bit there and unexpected. The ball squeezed in behind him and he was done on the inside. And another corner for the Rochester team.
And from the near side, a right-footed ball played into the penalty area. Goes back post, and Keg had to push it over as it was being pushed in towards the Whitecap goal. Corner number 3. And Aaron Lyons to take from the far side. And
I think they're going to take one from each side.
Yeah,
they've got
it looked like they were going
corner.
to. It'll be Aaron Lyons from the far side, but that Johnny Mignonger effort was more like a shot than it was a cross, and Keg had to push it over. So, far side now, Aaron Lyons comes short to Mignonger. Mignonger pokes it back to Lyons on his left foot. The former Portland Timber sends it into the penalty area. Poor ball, cleared away. Lyons following up, tries a left-footed shot. The flag, they score! Oh, was it offside? No, offside. The flag is up. The flag is up. No goal. And all the Rhinos, with their hands in the air, looked over to the far side. And the referee's assistant on the far side, Hossam Saeed, had his flag up. No goal. We're still scoreless in minute number 10. Rochester nil, Whitecaps nil, but a bit of a scare for Whitecaps fans there as it's headed through midfield for Martinez. Nods it down. Rochester definitely with the early energy as Tony Keg comes off his line to scoop it up at the edge of the 18-yard box. They'll have to withstand this early pressure.
Well, I think that could be a wake-up call for them there to get back on and really get pushing out a bit further. But the ball took a bit of a touch to get through, and the player was definitely in an offside position. And a little bit unfortunate for Rochester there, but the Whitecaps really need to get back on track here and just start getting the ball, keeping possession.
Nice play by Jeff Clark to steal, charging forward. Jeff Clark goes into the penalty area. He's still going on. Clark will force a corner as he made a good run down the left flank of the penalty area, and the Whitecaps get their first corner. Martin Nash to take from the far side.
A good run from Jeff Clark there. It's good to see him getting in the box. He doesn't do that often enough for my liking. He needs to get in the box if he's going to score goals, and he took the initiative there, and I was expecting something to happen, maybe even a foul and a penalty, but not the case.
Right-footed delivery, low and hard, in the middle, and all the way through to the other side for a goal kick. And so it'll be Rochester with possession to our right. At minute number 11, Rochester 0, Whitecaps 0. That was a great run by Jeff Clark with some real purpose there. And you're right, I thought, boy, he takes a push and goes down, and the Whitecaps have a PK. That must have been offside, or there must have been a foul in the penalty area there.
I think there was a push in the penalty area there, Peter. He's a little bit of pushing through, but I thought Tony Donatelli was right in front of the goal with a chance to get a free header.
The right-footed free kick. Again, Ryan Suarez winning that ball through midfield. And then Rochester gets back right at the midfield stripe. Sent down to the near touchline. Jordy Lyle first there. Nice little touch by Donatelli. Ran away from him, though. Rochester gets possession back through Lyons. And then near side for Nate Kraft. Kraft on his left foot sends it long into Whitecap territory. Back goes Suarez, wins every single ball in the air so far. Jordy Lyle coming back on Martinez, who's come over to the near side. Ray Martinez, the Cuban, holds up. Right-footed ball for Mignonger, being watched by Donatelli. Back it goes to Nate Kraft, and then rolls all the way back to Scott Palguda. The big number 20 sends it through. Nice dummy by Kraft. Here's Martinez on the run with Lyle inside for Lyons. Give and go too far over the end line. Goal kick to our left in minute number 12.
And that's good defending by Jordy Lyle, just to stay with his man and not get dragged into the ball there. He's done a good job. If the player had got to the ball, I think Jordy Lyle was in a good position to get a tackle in. Good defending.
You're listening to the 2006 USL First Division Championship from Paytech Park in Rochester, New York, brought to you by Sports Action, as Tony Keg takes the right-footed goal kick straight into touch, right to Dave Terlicker at the Whitecap bench. Bob Lilly standing up, watching on. Nate Kraft to take the throw-in. 10 yards inside Whitecap territory. Looking down the line, looking for Lyons. Lyons goes on the trot. Good run. Can he get a cross in here? Left-footed ball into the penalty area. First man there is Valente. Clears it away. Nate Kraft sends it all the way through and into the loving arms of Tony Keg, who scoops it up. Has a couple of bounces in the penalty area. The big scoreboard to our right showing the game as well. It's actually a brilliant screen, and it's way up high. Like I said, they have room to put more bleachers on that end, and when they opened the park here on June the 3rd, they did have that area filled in as the ball is played into Rochester territory. Nash pokes it aside looking for Clark, did well to get position, holds up the ball, tried to play it down the line, maybe win a throw-in, didn't do so, and Rochester gets possession back. Joey Jerkson stole it briefly, but there's ball to get it backwards. Burt sends it wide right to San Filippo. Then back for Kenny Burtz. The supporters section for Rochester is directly opposite it. It's called the Stampede Zone. Flags are waving, yellow jerseys. The Whitecap fans are sitting over in section 113 at the opposite end of the park as Ray Martinez has it in Whitecap territory. Takes it wide, up the line and off for a Whitecap throw-in. Well, the referee overrules his linesman on the near side, and the Whitecaps will have it at midfield in minute number 14, approaching the quarter-hour mark. Still no score.
Well, Peter, the Whitecaps are a little bit on the back foot a little bit in the last 5 minutes, but the one good thing that's coming out of it, I think, is there's not been any sense of panic. They seem all business-like, and they're just sitting in soaking up the pressure, but there's a lot of confidence at the back and a lot of experience at the back, so that's good to see.
And Rochester works it neatly backwards to Burtz, who sends a long thumping ball through midfield. Steve Kindle first there to get it back, then to Martin Nash. Appeals for handball. Linesman's flag went up, no call. Play continues as Valente goes backwards to Nash. Now the linesman puts his flag down. Ball comes inside for Testo. Linesman's getting involved a lot on that far side already as Testo charges forward. He's 30 yards from goal. Left-footed ball to the edge of the penalty area. Knocked away. Mignonger there. Nice little touch past Nash. And then pokes it backwards to Frankie San Filippo. He's got ball wide right, but he goes straight up the middle. And Howe sends it through from Younger, chips it wide right, looking for Ball down that right flank, takes it off the head, deep, still in play, edge of the penalty area, left-footed ball into the box, all the way through to Tony Keg, who comes up, throws it near side, and Jordy Lyle with lots of green space ahead of him and no challenge. He'll be able to run it right to midfield if he wants, and now Rochester closes down, up the line for Donatelli. They are so close. And that's what I love about this park. You are so close to the action. Giveaway by Jertson up front. Rochester back with it. Minyonger turns, charging towards goal. Pokes it through, looking for Delacat. Nice sliding tackle by Suarez. Steve Kindle pokes it ahead for Nash. Nash chips it near side for Donatelli. Up the line it goes neatly for Jertson. Back to goal. Cuts beautifully inside. Dave Testo's on the trot. Can he stay on side? There's the through ball. Flag goes up. And Testo puts it over anyway. Dave Testo put it over the top. Hard to tell from here how close that was. But Dave Testo just couldn't hold his line. Otherwise, he was clear through, very similar to the two goals, or at least the goal and the chance he had in Puerto Rico.
Yeah, he's waiting and waiting and waiting. I think Joey's going to try and release that a bit quicker to get him on his way. But the back four is just pushing out and creeping up. And I think he may have just been an inch or two offside there. But they were a little bit square at the back there. All of that came from Joey Jertson's little turn, which he does very well. Just changed the whole game, the way he turned there and got the Whitecaps going the other way.
And that has Rochester thinking just a little bit as the ball is in Whitecap territory. And again, Jertson, good pace, steals, and away he goes. Right down the middle channel. He's got Testo to his left. Then a through ball looking for Valente. The chase is on, but Frankie Sanfilippo, equal to the task, goes back to his goalkeeper, Vallo, in minute number 16. It's Rochester 0, Whitecaps 0. Paytech Park, Rochester, New York. About 8, maybe 7,000 fans here at the moment. Doesn't look to be sold out as it's sent into Whitecap territory. That time Delacat wins the header ahead of Suarez, but the Whitecaps get it back through. Donatelli spreads it near side, and away goes Jordy Lyle. Sprinting up the near side touchline, ball ran away from him in touch at midfield, and it's taken quickly by Kraft. And then for Lines, and knocked through, and again Delacat on the chase. That ball's going to run long, and it really does skip through quite easily, and it goes off for a goal kick to our left.
Well, I think the rain has a bit of an effect that it's making the game a bit faster paced, and the ball does skip a little bit off the turf. It's a bit slick, and it doesn't hold up when you play it through for the striker, so you've more or less got to play the feet most of the time. But the Whitecaps are a little bit square at the back at times, and the Rochester players look to try to get in behind them, and it's something that they're going to have to be aware of. But on the same fall, Rochester's the same at the back as well, with Joey Jertson finding David Testo 1 against 2, and they're a bit square at the back. So the game's fairly open, and if they keep going like this, there will be goals tonight.
Aaron Lines for Martinez, stolen at midfield. Away goes Testo. Testo gets around one, carries on. Still has possession, then gave it away. Why didn't he go down there? It would have been an easy free kick without question, but the ball's played for Sanfilippo. And then knocked through for Minyonger, who turns neatly at midfield. Wanted somebody wide left of him, nobody there. So he sends a right-footed ball all the way across the park for Ball. Good first touch off the chest. The 33-year-old number 13 sends a high left-footed ball into the penalty area. Jordy Lyle getting all tangled up with his man Martinez. It goes off the end line for a goal kick to our left. Minute number 18, still no score.
Well, it's obvious that Rochester's game plan is to get wide players wide as he can. The right winger's had a bit more joy than the left winger has, and he's got a lot of service out there and created some problems against Stevie Kindle.
Tony Keg with the goal kick to our left, and the Whitehaven, England native who'd love to win a championship in his first foray into soccer in North America sends a long ball that's flicked through midfield. Hammered away, though, by Palguda. Delacat, flag should have gone off, but his flick through for Martinez, taken away by the Whitecaps. Rochester gets it back briefly. Jordy Lyle with a good tackle. Martin Nash comes up with it, sidesteps one, and then sends it along ground neatly for Valente. Helps it on for Steve Kindle, who hasn't had a chance yet to overlap in this match, but away he goes down the far touchline and wins a throw-in right at midfield.
Yeah, Steve's not had the chance to get forward yet, but I think before the end of the game, you're going to see him getting into the attacking third. And the same with Jordy Lyle. They both like to look to get forward and attack, and that is always a problem for any team. It's difficult to track players down coming from the full-back positions, and if they can start and get that into the game, I think they'll start doing a bit more pushing forward.
Well, you remember in the game here in July, it was John Jones playing at left back. Steve Kindle was left half. and they were having all sorts of joy down the left flank as Rochester comes away with it. Lyons again trying to poke it through for Martinez. Nicely stolen away by Lyle. Sidesteps one, sidesteps two, goes for a run, pokes it inside for Jertson. Spreads it near side for Clark, who wanted it to feet. Ball rolls off, throw in for Rochester, as now it's thrown down the line for Rey Angel Martinez. Back up the line it goes for Nate Kraft, the number 26, coming inside, closed down by Donatelli. And then Pal Guda, and back the last man, Kenny Burtz, with his gold boots. Spreads it square for Frankie Sanfilippo inside Rochester territory. Minute number 20, scoreless first half. Nice steal by Jertson. Away he goes. Jertson has Tony Donatelli overlapping with some room down the right flank. Donatelli, who's he got in the box? Cuts inside, onto his left foot, plays it square, top of the box. Here's Nash, winding up, pokes it wide. In goes Jertson, across it goes. Here's Valente, turns, fires, saves the rebound, it's loose. Donatelli head down, tracks it, oh, and hit Testo! Testo is in the way, otherwise that's on target. And it's a goal kick, and the Whitecaps make their best foray into Rochester territory. Why was Dave Testo on the goal line there?
Well, that's the best chance on either side, Peter. And a good shot from Donatelli. David Testo's actually blocked it from going in the net, and I think it's just he's trying to get in the box and get in the 6-yard box where he should be and where it's dangerous, but really he's done the opposite. He's blocked it going in. But a good chance for the Whitecaps, and Joey Jertson again involved in that to start it off, but Donatelli looking to get forward, and he's got a good shot on him when he gets it away, and he didn't really catch it well, but Testo stopped it going over the line.
I thought Freddie Valente had a pretty good chance where he was too, as the ball was played all the way across, came back to Donatelli at the top right of the penalty area, head down, and it was swerving towards the back post, and you know what, Scott Ballo had nothing to do with it at all, and it hit Dave Testo, and he couldn't get out of the way because it was coming in with such pace. As now Rochester steals inside Whitecap territory with Mignonger. The little Liberian plays it square, and then Lyons pokes it backwards for Nate Kraft on his left foot, taking on Donatelli. Good tracking by Donatelli, who keeps him there. Nothing for Kraft, so he plays it square. Joey Jertson almost stole it, but there's Frankie Sanfilippo at midfield. Plays it wide right for Ball. That's knocked away, and here's Freddie Valente. Keeps it in on the touchline. No, he doesn't. Gives up a throw-in on the far side, and Rochester will have a throw-in 10 yards inside Whitecap territory on the opposite side of the park.
Well, we're halfway through the first half, Peter, and it's actually been quite an entertaining game. There's chances at both ends. Whitecaps obviously with a better chance just there, but it's an open game. It's not a dour defensive cup final. It seems to be quite entertaining.
Throwing down the line over the head of Delicat. Steve Tyndall has it run off him, and another throw-in now from 20 yards or less on the far side of the field. And again, it'll probably be Big Kenny Burtz over to take this throw-in long, and he's hurled a couple into the danger area. And the wind is kind of blowing into the face of Tony Kegg, swirling around in this park. Burtz, the rookie number 4. Very good pickup for Laurie Calloway's Rhinos in their black and white stripes, Newcastle-like, only with the white shorts and white socks. The ball is cleared to midfield, and Rochester will start back from there as they cross midfield. Near side for Aaron Lyons. The left-footed ball forward, looking for Rey Angel Martinez. Pokes it backwards too far for Ball, who's come to the near side now, as the two players switch sides for the long throw. Whitecaps have it, and Dave Testo turns his man neatly, falls to the ground. There's a free kick, and the first of the game against Greg Howes, who pulls down Testo, who, had he got through there, had some options up front.
Yeah, David Testo is very good at that, just using his body to shield the ball and roll past the defender there, and the defender wasn't having any of that and pulled him down, but he's very good and strong at that. And he's very strong on the ball. As I said earlier, he's got a low center of gravity, and he's very difficult to knock off the ball.
Ball sent through into Rochester territory. Nobody on the end of that, so Rochester will start back. Up the line it goes. Johnny Mignonger and Jeff Clark tangle. Clark wins it. Back to Kindle. Back to Steve Klein. Of course, a beaten finalist in this city for Hershey with Bob Lilly. Now a through ball all the way into the penalty area. And the referee saw a foul, says play on. And a good, brave piece of quick thinking by Tony Kegg as the Whitecaps come back. Nice give and go between Donatelli and Nash through midfield. Nash turns away from 2. Couldn't win the ball against Mignonger. Carries on. Mignonger goes for a tumble. Nash wanted a foul before that, and Rochester gets on with it quickly. Lyons. Overlapping is Ball on the near side now. John Ball charging against Jordy Lyle. The 33-year-old takes it to the corner, got past Lyle, wanted a foul, nothing given. The referee was right there, and it's hammered away by Donatelli. Headed right back in by Palguda and away by Jordy Lyle. Rochester in possession through Nate Kraft in front of Testo, scrapping away. It's a good scrappy match here in Rochester. Ball showed too much of it to Lyle, down both of them go, and John Ball came in late. John Ball having a word with Suarez, and Suarez has to be careful here. As the referee was right in between the two of them, Suarez looked like he threw a punch. It's a yellow card, though, to John Ball in minute number 25.
Well, the referee really got to get a grip of it there. I think he's looked a bit more to that than what the average fan might have seen. Ryan Suarez is furious at that, and I think he's pushed into Jordy Lyle, and I think maybe Ryan's actually helped him get the yellow card, but Ryan was absolutely furious to the verge that he needs to settle down a bit and not get involved too much. He's got to keep cool heads here.
Well, Ball got the yellow. Ryan Suarez did not, but Ryan pushed it, John Ball. He's a little lucky the referee had his back to him at the time. And you got to love the fact that he came to defense of his players. The ball is sent down the field. So John Ball on a yellow card here. That could be significant as away goes Johnny Minyonger through midfield. Plays it near side for Kraft. Holds up, turns away from Jertson as the rain really comes down in buckets now. And the BC boys won't mind this, of course, as it's sent long into Whitecap territory. Long run. Onside as Martinez didn't get the first touch, and Tony Keg watches it off the end line as that ball just skipped away from Martinez, but that was dangerous as the Whitecaps watched Martinez run unabated all the way through into the penalty area, but just was too far ahead of him. Goal kick here in minute number 26, Rochester 0 and the Whitecaps 0.
Well, Peter, I think they've got to deal with that. Stevie Klein or Ryan Suarez, one of them have to deal with that and get that away. They can't allow it to run past and let a player run in there and have a free chance at it. They really have to deal with it and get it headed away.
Jeff Clark bundled over by Delicat. Minyonger skips away from one blue shirt. Couldn't get it past Nash. Clark couldn't get it back. Now away goes Martin Nash. It's tight through midfield. Here comes Joey Jertson. He's got Donatelli wide right. Jertson holds up to first to Donatelli. Right at the midfield stripe. Backwards for Clark. Sends it all the way across the field between Kindle and Valente. Kindle will step forward. He's got Valente running wide left of him. Holds up. Goes backwards to Nash inside Rochester territory. Nashi then goes backwards to Suarez and then square for Jordy Lyle, and Lyle will approach midfield and cross it on his right foot, sends it forward, top of the area for Testo. Good first touch, held up, plays it wide, looking for Valente. It ran past him for a Rochester throw. 15 yards up from the far corner flag to our right.
I think what they've done there, Pete, is a good move. To play it into the furthest man forward, David Testo. I think Joey Jertson's got to come off and try and get that ball back from him. That's where you want Joey Jertson on the ball, if he can get it and get running at him there. And David Testo's got the ability to hold the ball up there. Joey needs to play off him and try and get on the ball.
The throw-in up the line it goes, headed on by Delicat, headed away by Klein, up the line all the way deep into Rochester territory, and then it's cut out by Clark. Nicely down for Nash. Nash for Jertson. Sprinting through is Donatelli. That's a good ball. Donatelli at the edge of the penalty area. Lays it off. Here comes Jordy Lyle. Put your head down and hit it, son. And it just goes wide at the far post. Jordy Lyle, he scored from that position against Miami. The entire Whitecap bench got up when they saw Jordy Lyle sprinting into the box, but from the inside right channel, he put it way wide of the far post. It's not a bad opportunity. It was a good build-up. It's a goal kick to our right.
Well, finishing's not one of his strong points, Jordy Lyle, but he's in a good position there to get a striking goal. And that's what I'm saying about the overlap and pullback. When he gets forward there, it's difficult to track down. If he can keep getting around the back in there, the Whitecaps are going to create a lot more chances.
Ryan Suarez left foots the ball through for Dave Testo in the midfield circle. Won it, did well to keep it. Now Joey Jertson, who's caused some problems, backwards for Donatelli. Thought about playing it first time, lays it through for Testo, neatly back to Lyle. Whitecaps looking a little bit more confident than the start. And Lyle then crosses midfield and lays back for Steve Klein. Through to Nash, back to Klein. He's got Kindle way over on the left side. Instead goes near side to Suarez, and big Ryan Suarez will go backwards to Steve Klein. He's got Lyle near side. Klein looked at it, but then rolls it straight ahead for Martin Nash. Wide side for Kindle. Can he keep it in? Yes, he can. Heads it through, looking for Valente. Knocked away by Sanfilippo, and away goes John Ball on the trot. Nice little back heel. And away goes Greg House. That's stolen away by Nash. And then for Valente, through for Testo. Nice little touchback for Clark. Couldn't reach it ahead of Minyonger. And Rochester gets possession back here at minute 29 of a scoreless first half U.S. Championship, USL Championship. The through ball for John Ball. And It's offside. He complains. And he's already been booked, so he has to be careful here as the referee comes over to have a word. John Ball should keep his mouth shut. The last thing Rochester needs is to be down to 10 men, and you wonder if they should be trying to attack John Ball a little bit down that left flank.
Well, I don't know what he's on about, Peter, because there was absolutely no point about offside call. I mean, complaining about an offside call. He was 3 or 4 yards offside. It was cut and dry.
Maybe he was upset with the service, probably.
Well, don't take it out on the referee.
Ryan Suarez. Near side for Jordy Lyle. Again, he's got some room to charge upfield, and he takes it towards midfield. Nice little move to get to the outside, and then it had it run off, but the Whitecaps do get the throw in as it was poked off by Kraft. And Jordy Lyle will have to back up to take this one. We're in minute number 30 of a scoreless, rainy first half. The rain just sort of slows up a little bit here, but it's still coming down as Donatelli, who's had a good first half, spins away, tried to poke it through. Good sliding tackle by Kraft. And now Howes plays it wide right for Ball. Crossing midfield, closed down by Valente. Nice through ball from Mignonger. Back to goal, skips away, had it taken away by Klein. Nicely done. Steve Klein then had it tackled away. Mignonger moving forward, wide left, looking for Ball. Tackled away neatly there by Steve Kindle. Valente plays it through for Jertson. Spins off his man, pokes it square nicely, and Tony Donatelli has some room to work. Comes inside for Nash. Freddie Valente way open on the far side. Good ball right to his feet. Freddie Valente backwards to Kindle. Crosses midfield, left-footed ball up the line, looking for Valente, headed out by Ball, and it's a Whitecap, make that by San Filippo. Whitecap throwing inside Rochester territory, taken quickly to the chest of Testo, turns off his man. Clark wanted it to feet, goes backwards to Nash. Nash sends it along the ground nicely for Clark. He's at the top of the penalty area, plays it wide right for Donatelli. Good ball. Donatelli floats a right-footed ball, back post, and headed away. Falls for Kindle, or make that Valente in the box. Sends it through, looking for Clark. Half cleared, still bouncing around in the penalty area. Now Nash at the top of the box. Can he get a shot away? Rolls it through. Freddie Valente sends it across, blocked away. And that is thwarted. The Whitecaps get a throw in again. The entire Whitecap bench up and standing, anticipating some good action by Freddie Valente. And another good foray into the attacking third.
Yeah, good chance again there. They're doing well, the Whitecaps, at this point in the game, and what they're doing is they're patient around goal. They're not trying just to blast any shot and take any chance. They're trying to play the ball in, maybe a little bit too much at times, but at least there's a bit of pause and a little bit of care in the passing, and they're not panicking when they're up front.
They got a free kick wide right, taken short from Nash, then for Kindle. Back to Nash. Can he get a good cross in with his left foot? Into the box it goes. Headed by Jertson. Runs all the way through. Can Donatelli save this? Looks like he'll get there first. He's got Jordy Lyle coming up the line. Lyle instead goes to the end line. There's Jeff Clark. Down nicely for Jordy Lyle. Deep. Can he keep this in? Sends it across. Good ball. Chance knocked away by Bello. Loose for Valente, who chips it over the top. Oh, the Whitecaps with a good opportunity and some pressure inside Rochester territory. The finish just isn't there, but Freddie Valente in and just put it over the top of the goal to our right.
Well, what they've done, Peter, they started to pass the ball, the Whitecaps, haven't they? They just knocked it around, they've kept possession, and they're playing to that. That's the strength. They're playing to their strengths, and when they're doing that, they're creating more chances. They've got the ball wide again, they're getting crosses in the box. It's always going to create chances when you do that, but the passing's the key to it all, and the passing is certainly improving, and it's consistent. They're keeping possession more often than what Rochester are.
We're in minute number 33. Whitecaps with the best chances so far in the game, but Rochester with possession now through midfield. Howes, wide right for his favorite target Ball. Down goes Stevie Kindle to slide and knock it off. Throw in for Rochester, 30 yards up, far side of the field, directly opposite of us. And there's Frankie Sanfilippo to take. The number 15 from San Diego. Looked like a foul throw. You're right. Back to Mignonger. And then poked through at the edge of the penalty area. Ball tried a half shot. Not sure if it was a shot or not. Out goes Jertson to win the tackle beautifully ahead of his man. And then the free kick given against Kraft, who came in late. And now some pushing and shoving as the ball was held up. And Rochester's got to be careful here as they impeded the Whitecaps from taking that quickly. And Nate Kraft still complaining, and now maybe the referee may show him a yellow card. He's having a talking to. Nate Kraft has got to be careful here. The referee's giving him a lot of leeway. Boy, Nate Kraft is pretty lucky he's not in the referee's notebook as well here right now. And Ryan Suarez takes the free kick for Nash. Wide near side for Lyle. Comes inside beautifully for Donatelli. He's got Testo ahead of him, and Jertson wide right. There's the ball for Jertson. Again, the Whitecap bench all on their feet. Sent into the penalty area, taken away by Palguda. Up the line it goes to the near side. And then knocked through midfield. Delicat, last man forward, lays off nicely for Mignonger. Wide right for Ball. They're all charging forward now. John Ball rolls it through. Picked off nicely. Here's Delicat, top of the penalty area. His shot is blocked by Jordy Lyle, and then it bounces through to Tony Kegg. And the fans were all off on their feet that time. Kegg throws it neatly near side for Donatelli. Along the ground for Testo. Tried a good little first touch, but it was blocked away by the Rochester defender, and Greg Howes has possession. He scored the only goal in the series with Charleston. That put Rochester into the final. Now it's Delicat again, back to goal. Wide near side for Nate Kraft on his left foot. Down the line it goes again. The flag is up on Ray Martinez, and the fans not happy, but Hassam's side on the far side had it just right, and Ray Martinez caught offside for the second time in this half.
Yeah, I think what the Whitecaps have been guilty of doing is that they're getting pushed back again, and the Rochester players are coming back towards the ball, and they're not tracking them down, they're not coming off with them, and they get a bit of space where they can turn and get at them one-on-one. They've got to be a little bit more tighter at the back.
Tony Kegg with the ensuing free kick from just inside his 18, long into Rochester territory, headed up there by Palguda, stolen away by Valente, who's come inside, goes for a tackle, won the ball backwards for Jeff Clark. Wide left for Steve Kindle, and down on the ground is, I think, Johnny Mignonger, who went into that tackle, and Mignonger is hurt. The Whitecaps knock it off, and Mignonger favoring his ankle. If you're the two coaches, which one's happier right now?
I think it's been an open game. I think Bob Lilly's got to be well pleased with the way the Whitecaps have gone about it. Up front especially, I think they need to tighten a little bit up at the back, but they've had the better of the chances, although it's been quite an even game and quite an exciting game. And then, you know, I mean, you'd think now that it's got the highlight, it's a match of the season, it's on TV, and it's a cup final. Sometimes it can let you down and you get some real bad games. It looks good, there's no football lines on the field, it looks like a soccer match, and it's entertaining, and I think it's a good advert for the game. If the game gets a goal, and I'm sure it will, I think it'll open up even more, and you'll see two good teams going at it tonight.
Sanfilippo up the line for Ball, got past Kindle, and now a free kick called against Steve Kindle as he gets his first foul of the match. Minute number 36, Rochester 0 and the Whitecaps 0. Kenny Burtz switches play to the near side for Kraft. On his left foot, steps outside of Donatelli, sends a left-footed ball down the line. That's a lot to run for, and off the end line for a goal kick to our left. As Rochester really only with the one threatening play off the corner. The Whitecaps have had 2 or 3 forays into the attacking third. And we are scoreless. What I love about Tony Kegg is how many times he plays the 100% ball instead of the 50-50 ball. You see him throwing it to feet. You see it playing it to feet. And only if he really has to or he sees an opportunity will he send it long.
Yeah, his distribution's one of his strengths. He's very good with his feet, obviously, but he's good with his arms as well, that he can throw it, and he'd rather get it to the full-backs to play out the back rather than give a 50-50 ball, as you say, down in the centre circle area. But his distribution's certainly something that a young goalkeeper wants to look and learn. It's something that he can learn of because he's very good with that.
Great tackle by Steve Klein. Plays it up the line for Valente. Inside for Testo. Away goes Joe Jertson. Can he stay onside? Yes, he can. Testo has to hold up. He had Donatelli streaking down the near side touchline. Back it goes to Nash. Oh, nice turn by Clark, and spreads it wide neatly for Valente, who's onside. Away come the Whitecaps again. Steve Kindle is overlapping. Valente waits for him, pokes it wide. Kindle on his left foot, sends it across. Here's Valente, and it went off the end line. He didn't get a good first touch. A bit heavy, and it's off for a goal kick to our right, but again, confidently moving forward are the Whitecaps, and this looks a lot more like the second half against Montreal than it did the first half against Montreal. The Whitecaps are enjoying a good run of play.
Yeah, Stevie Kindle's done well to get forward there, but in all honesty, he's got to get a better cross in than that, and he sort of scuffed it and it came back towards Valente. But if he gets forward as often as he does and gets decent crosses in, there's more chances to score goals, so he's got to be disappointed with that.
Ball bounces through to Steve Klein, nods it down for Nash, rolls it neatly backwards for Jordy Lyle, and USL Defender of the Year nominee Lyle sends it forward for Jertson, taken away by Lines, and then poked through by Delicat near side for Nate Kraft. Backwards to Palguda, and inside his own territory, he rolls it all the way back to Kenny Burtz. he of the gold boots. Wide for Frankie Sanfilippo. 10 yards inside his own territory, then square again to Burtz. Closed down by Testo. Good ball by Burtz, finds Kraft, who's stepped forward. Kraft, the left back, inside from Mignonger. Cuts to his right, tries a shot way wide of the far post. And a goal kick to our left.
Well, again, the diagonal balls they're playing out the back to the wingers is obviously a tactic that they've discussed and they've practiced, and it's paying dividends. They're very effective when they do that. And Maniaga just sits in behind and tries to drop a little bit and pick up the balls from the wingers there. I thought Tony Donatelli could have maybe nicked back and got behind the ball rather than just staying in front of it there and give a bit of support to Jordy Lyle.
Nice flick by Donatelli, looking through for Testo. Jertson has it. Had it taken away by Kraft. It falls through for Donatelli inside Rochester territory. Through for Testo. Back to goal. Plays it through. Away goes Valente. Back to the goalkeeper, Vallo. First time right-footed ball away. Donatelli backs up. Can't win it ahead of Ray Martinez. Then Nash steals in and pokes it backwards for Donatelli. Whitecaps pressing. Dave Testo on his left foot. Can he rear up and try one? No. Poked away neatly there by Palguda. Good play by Testo to keep it in possession. Kendall to the edge of the penalty area. Headed away, and Mignonger back to start out for Rochester. Long through ball, looking for ball. Headed away by Klein, leaving off where he left off in Montreal. And Valente did a nice job to keep it in for Kendall. Then threw it for Clark, who's bundled over by Mignonger. The Whitecaps get a free kick 10 yards inside their own half of midfield. Jeff Clark rolling around and gets up hobbling, as he does at least once a game. But I guarantee you Jeff Clark will carry on.
The referee's having none of that. I think he got clipped as he turned, and I think he's made a bit of a meal of that, and the referee's seen that and just says get on with the game and get up.
Brian Suarez charging forward for Nash. Then back to Suarez, and along the deck for Jordy Lyle near side. A right-footed through ball, too far for Testo, all the way through to Scott Vallo. Minute number 41, Rochester 0, Whitecaps 0 from the USL First Division Championship at Paytech Park in Rochester, New York, in the rain. As Vallo sends a right-footed ball into Whitecap territory, over the head of Delicat, over the head of everybody. Martinez got a touch on. Kendall, instead of heading it back to his goalkeeper, puts it back in the mixer, falls for ball, chips it straight up in the air. Lyle heads away. Tony Donatelli's going to charge for that one. He's going to get there ahead of Mignonger to send a right-footed ball back into Rochester territory. Palguda touches down nicely for Kraft, turns away from Testo, who's feisty, not afraid to get in there. Aaron Lyons then charges forward, inside for Mignonger, has a bit of room to work. Mignonger against Nash, cuts past Nash. Clark stole it away, and it's hammered away by Freddie Valente, who's tucked all the way in to come support. Now it's Aaron Lyons again on the near flank, plays it wide, and the flag goes up. It's out. Jordy Lyle should take this quickly, and Dave Testo should be on the trot, but he didn't take it quickly as Rochester was walking back. And Nash plays it through for Testo. That was one away. Nash couldn't get it back. They fight for it through midfield. Now Testo wins it. Testo is given a push and wins a free kick against Greg Howes. Fans don't like that, says they're very into this game. And Martin Nash chips it through for Testo. Back to goal. Has Valente wide. That's a good ball. Freddie Valente down that left flank. On his left foot. Is he going to take him on? No, he goes backwards to Kendall. 25, 30 yards up. Back inside for Nash. Nash on his right foot, looking for options, plays it into the corner neatly. Far side, Valente, left-footed ball way up high and across. Can Donatelli keep this in? No, it's off the park. The service from the left flank has been poor here tonight, and it's possibly cost the Whitecaps some chances. It's a goal kick to our right.
Yeah, not a good cross from Freddie Valente there, but there's a chance to get a cross in before that, and I was looking at it as the cross was trying to be delivered in, and there's really nobody making runs to get in there to get a piece of it, you know. As soon as it gets wide, they've got to expect it cross, and you've got to get players making runs in the box to get on the end of them, and there's only one player, David Testo, maybe getting in there, Joey Jertson coming in late. I think you need to flood the box. You need to get Donatelli in there as well with a bit of height and make it more predictable.
Long free kick, the goal kick from Scott Vallo, headed down by Nash. Can Testo get there first? Nicely done. Pokes it wide for Valente. Can he keep it in? He goes to deck to keep it in, but Frankie Sanfilippo is going to get there first. Players don't mind going to the deck on the field turf here when it's raining like this. You can't even see the rubber pellets bouncing up right now because it's rained so much. As the ball is sent through, and Steve Klein, what a surprise, wins the header, and Sanfilippo knocks it back into Whitecap territory. Ball nudges it square for Delicat. Back out wide for ball, but Steve Kindle got a head in for Klein, who thumps it through midfield. And taken down there by Sanfilippo. He lost it to Jeff Clark. Clark turns away neatly from ball, plays it wide for Steve Kindle. Down goes Clark again, and they gave it away. Now Nash gets it back. He's pulled down by Mignonger, and the Whitecaps get another free kick. Johnny Mignonger with 2 fouls in succession. And the Whitecaps with a free kick, and Jeff Clark looks like he's struggling.
Yeah, well, Jeff Clark took another bit of a bump there. There's nothing wrong. He's fine. He just walked it off. But Martin Nash did well. He's done well on the ball tonight, Nash. He's kept possession quite well, and he's actually won a few tackles, so he's having a bit of a good performance.
Dave Testo back to goal inside Rochester territory. We are a minute and a half from time as Nash plays it through. Jertson's through. Jertson around the goalkeeper. Oh, big play by Vallow. He's out of his goal, and it's cleared away only as far as Nash. Great tackle, far side. Another great tackle. Rochester putting it all in. I tell you what, I was telling you before the game, Joey Jertson around the goalkeeper, takes him down for a PK. That was very close. Jertson was onside, looked like he was going to get around Vallow, but Vallow, who's proving to be such a force, got a hand on it. And the Whitecaps get possession back with another good charge forward, as here's Jordy Lyle right at midfield, cuts inside on Martinez. Nice switch of play on the far side for Valente. Headed away, though, by Sanfilippo. Up the line it goes, and away goes Ball down that right flank. John Ball sends a right-footed ball into Whitecap territory. Good header away by Suarez. No handball on Nash. He sends a right-footed ball through, and it's back for Birch, who lost it. Oh, and almost stolen away by Testo. My goodness. As it's played to the near side and up the line for Ball, who switched sides again. John Ball gave it away nicely to Nash, who stuck out a leg. And then inside for Clark. Switches play again, wide left for Valente. Overlapping is Kindle. That's a lovely overlapping ball. And away goes Steve Kindle. Can he get the cross in? Does. Into the penalty area, past everybody. Top of the box. Valente touches down. Nash, wide right. Jertson, edge of the penalty area. 2 yards from the end. Cuts to his left. On his left foot, tries a shot. Deflects! Scores! Jertson shot deflected in off a rhino leg. Vallow had no chance. The Whitecaps are in front on the stroke of halftime. And in minute number 45, it's Rochester 0. The Whitecaps won. The USL MVP, Joe Jertson, with a left-footed shot that deflected up and over Vallow. And the Whitecaps are in front just before halftime.
Well done, Joey Jertson. He's got on the right wing there, and he's got a ball, and he's looking to get an early cross in. Well defended, closed down. He's had to come back on his left foot, and he's tried to dig one in. I don't know whether it's a cross come shot there, but it's took a deflection, gone into the far post. Couldn't be a better time to score a goal. They blew the whistle, and it's half-time, 1-0 Whitecaps, and what a time to score a goal. It's about time we had another championship back in Vancouver, and you've got a good set of guys that get along very well. There's a good team chemistry, so let's hope it can carry on for another 45 minutes.
Jordy Lyle wins a throw-in by knocking the ball off of the legs of Delacat right at midfield. Jordy Lyle, the Victoria native, will throw in, and for the feet of Jertson and make that Donatelli. Plays it backwards for Nash. He tried a through ball that was blocked by Howes. Then that's a good ball down the line that Donatelli gets onto the end of. Donatelli plays the ball into the penalty area, cleared away only as far as Nash, touches down nicely for Clark. Clark has Steve Kindle overlapping, lays it off for Steve Kindle right below us, tries a swindling ball into the penalty area, knocked off a Rochester set of legs and off for the Whitecaps' first corner of this match. Or is it their first? No, I'm sorry, it's their second. Martin Nash took one. Martin Nash will take his second. And by the way, Rochester, 2 wins, 1 loss, and 2 draws when allowing the first goal here at Paytech Park. 2 wins, 1 loss, and 2 draws. That was their only loss. Martin Nash from the near side on the corner. Can they get a second goal? Whipped into the box, back post, headed away neatly, straight up in the air. Donatelli went in for it, but it's headed away, and it'll go off for a throw-in on the far side. And it'll be about 25 yards up, as this place is very quiet when the Whitecaps have possession. And Jordy Lyle will head over to take the throw-in.
What the Whitecaps have done again there, just on that attacking play, is have not panicked when they got it near the goal to try and get a shot away. They pass the ball around, they keep possession until there's a good chance to get a strike and goal. And that's, again, it shows a bit of confidence on all the players around.
Ball played wide left as away comes Rochester. Aaron Lyons knocks it off the legs of Ryan Suarez. Rochester has a throw-in just inside the Whitecap half of midfield. Can't believe the rain that is coming down. You can see it in the floodlights. It's just teeming down here as far side Nate Kraft throws short. Johnny Mignonger shows, goes backwards then to Palguda. Inside for Kenny Burtz. And Kenny Burtz has Sanfilippo on the near side, but Burtz sends it all the way long. as it goes deep into Whitecap territory. John Ball chasing the 33-year-old veteran who really made a difference when he came onto the park in the other game they played here, these two teams, in July. As Nash almost gave it away, Suarez did very well to leave it for Tony Kegg. And Kegg will pick up the ball in front of Matthew Delacotte in his penalty area. And the big goalkeeper, who was a third stringer with Newcastle, of course, came over here on his own dime to try out, sends a long ball into Rochester territory. Obviously the wind at his back as it skips all the way through to his opposite number, Scott Vallow, who has the ball now in his own penalty area. Vallow will put it to the ground, and Joe Jertson closes him down. Vallow then thumps it through midfield. That's stolen away by Freddie Valente. Comes square for Testo. Testo then rolls it through. Tried to get it for Valente, but it's poked back to Scott Vallow. Vallow just plays it aside of Donatelli. Is that ball going to stay in on the far side of the field? It does. It's hammered up the line by Kraft. Touchdown neatly by Clark. Again, the Whitecaps looking good here to start the second half. Testo plays it wide nicely. Here's Jertson on his right foot. Plays it backwards. Jeff Clark on his right. Whips it into the penalty area. Donatelli. Header. Oh, it just got it flicked away in front of him, but Donatelli with a push. And boy, Donatelli was all poised to head that one down. But it just took a flick off the defender's head to push on Donatelli. Free kick to Rochester.
Yeah, Tony Donatelli just a little bit too tight on the defender there. He needs a bit of room to make a run at the ball and get over it. But good play again. Joey Jertson slipping it back to Clarkey. And Clarkey with a decent cross in the box. Keep doing that, you're going to get more chances, you're going to get more goals. It's the hardest thing to defend against his crosses. Goalkeepers don't like it, defenders don't like it. The more you get in, the more chances you're going to get, the more goals you're going to score.
Now a foul on Joe Jertson. The Whitecaps will get a free kick right along the touchline, far side of the field, 18 yards up. Tony Donatelli's had a good game. And of course, he was scouted by Rochester and was here for a couple of weeks trying out. Opted to come to Vancouver. And there's the short free kick taken for Nash. Steps to his right. Right-footed ball charged down and knocked out for another throw-in on the far side of the field, 30 yards up. Ryan Suarez also given the phone call by the Rochester organization. He wanted to stay on the West Coast. There are some connections here, as now Suarez himself plays it for Lyle. Left-footed through ball looking for Testo. Headed straight up in the air by Palguda. And then through midfield, here's Howes trying to charge it down against Valente, who did well to get to the ball, but it touched Valente's hand. And so Rochester with a free kick taken quickly. And Sanfilippo steps aside Freddie Valente. And then left-footed ball through into Whitecap territory. Flag goes up on Johnny Minyonger. Arms went up right away, and it's a Whitecap free kick from the offside.
Good to see Ryan Suarez with his arm up there, but still running back and not stopping. You can't depend on the linesman. They'll get you the sack. You've got to keep going and keep defending, and just in case he misses that. But certainly an offside call, and Suarez did well making sure he chased back.
Ball sent into Rochester territory. Sure glad I got the garbage bags from the front desk at the hotel we're staying at to cover our equipment up, because it's blowing and pouring here as away goes Martinez. Had it go off of Nash, and now Rochester with a throw-in along the near touch line, 20 yards up to our right. And Martinez will leave it for Frankie Sanfilippo, the number 15, trying to dry the ball off. Throws it short from Minyonger, back to Sanfilippo on his right foot, closed down by Valente. Little give and go with Sanfilippo, runs off for a Whitecap throw as the wind's picking up here and really blowing from right to left. And that could affect the game more than the rain, that's for sure, as it's at the Whitecaps' back right now, and that psychologically is not the worst thing in the world, as it's thrown up the line. Nicely taken by Testo. He helps it on into open space and just sends it all the way into Rochester territory. Joe Jertson on the sprint, played backwards by Palguda, and Scott Vallow will come near side to Kraft and make that Burt's. Now for Ball. John Ball on his right foot sends a long ball looking forward. Headed on in the air, but a push in the back by Delacotte fells Ryan Suarez, and so Delacotte called on the foul and may have taken a little bit of a dive there.
I think Suarez. Big Ryan made a meal of that one and got the free kick, but he was having a bit of a nudge there, but just to make sure the referee saw that, I think he went down like a bag of hammers.
Minute 52, Rochester 0, Whitecaps 1, and Rochester with a throw-in directly opposite of us and taken quickly. For Ball, closed down nicely by Testo, who dispossessed him, and away goes Dave Testo. Freddie Valente charging down the near touchline. Testo tries a shot. Oh, and Vallow left his feet and dove to his right, but Testo just missed the far post. Freddie Valente was just charging down the left channel, wanting that pass. Dave Testo just missed. It's a goal kick to our left.
Well, Peter, I said before the game, the one thing David Testo will bring is he does shoot. He likes to have a shot. I don't think it was ever a question of him passing the ball there. He had enough space in front of him to hit the target. He just missed the target, but he'll have a shot. That's a good thing to see from him. Forwards need to shoot.
Ball held up in the wind on the clearance from Vallow. Ball touches it down now for Kenny Burt's. Right-footed ball into Whitecap territory, flicked on by Howes, and first time ball away from the left foot of Steve Kindle, who's down after Delicat went right into him. Delicat offers a pat on the back. The referee coming over to have a word. Not sure if it's going to be a yellow card or not, but Delicat getting warned there as he gets his second consecutive foul. The Whitecaps with a free kick about 25 yards up.
Yeah, Stevie Kindle going for the volley that, and Delicat just come through late and cracked him as he's gone in. And a little bit naughty and a bit fortunate not to be on a yellow card.
Tony Keg will take the free kick, and his right-footed ball sent into Rochester territory. Tony Donatelli felt he was fouled. Lyle sends it up the line looking for Jertson, but it's off and out for a throw in 25 yards up, far side of the field. And taken quickly. Ball, who's moved in a little bit. He's tucked into the middle of the park a little bit. Gave it away to Donatelli, pokes it through for Testo. Nice little header down for Clark. He's going to help it on near side for Stevie Kindle. Steve Kindle, right below us, closed down by Ball. Chips it through for Valente. Knocked straight up in the air by San Filippo, who goes over top of Valente, wins the ball back. Coming through is Ball, knocks it through for Mignonger. Martinez running up the near touchline. Mignonger spins nicely, comes right down the middle of the park for Howes, who lost it. Here come the Whitecaps on the break. It's Nash, good through ball. Here's a break. Here's Joey Jertson. Nice ball. Donatelli in the box. Donatelli scores! Tony Donatelli! And it's 2-0 Whitecaps. All the players off the bench. And for the second straight week, Tony Donatelli scores his second goal. It's a dog pile on the touchline. The Whitecaps have doubled their lead in minute 54. It's Rochester 0, the Whitecaps 2.
Well, what a good goal again. I thought he took a bit too long, but I thought he took too long on his touch, and the goalie might have got across, but he buried that one. He put it right over the top of the goalie. 2-0, and Donatelli really acres and acres of room to take his chance and have a finish there.
They've got to keep playing. We're in minute 55. And they got to be careful now as Rochester comes back. Ball sent into the penalty area. Up goes Tony Keg, unchallenged. Joe Jertson set up Tony Donatelli. It looked like he was going to shoot. Instead, he played a perfect ball square, and Donatelli, away he went. Now another long ball. Away goes the MVP again, and he's earned it, boy, tonight. Joey Jertson deep in the corner, 1v1, tries to win a corner, gets a throw in deep, and some heads went down for Rochester. They are stunned here at Paytech Park as the Whitecaps have a 2-0 lead, and the man that they gave up on, Tony Donatelli, has made it 2-0. Freddie Valente takes the throw in 5 yards up and goes backwards to Steve Kindle. The crowd is stunned here as the Whitecaps are up 2-0. Long ball by Kindle, and then off the chest, and away comes Rochester on the far side with Nate Kraft. Kraft chips it left-footed up the line, looking for Mignonger. That's stolen by Clark, who keeps it along the touchline. Clark, nice little move to get it back and carries on, and away he goes. Great run by Jeff Clark. Cuts to the middle, still on it. On his right foot, rolls it backwards to the goal scorer, Donatelli. So an own goal, and Tony Donatelli, the goal scorer, is here. Donatelli now with 3 big goals in the playoffs. One against Miami to make it 4-1. One in Montreal to seal it off, and now one to make it 2-0 here. John Ball wins the ball through midfield, comes square for Howes, and away they go with Mignonger. Mignonger with the layoff for Lyons. Long through ball, bounces in the penalty area, held up for Tony Keg. Delicat couldn't get on the end of it. The crowd's getting a bit restless here. We're in minute number 56, approaching the hour mark. The Whitecaps up by 2. Headed away neatly by Burtz. Ball gets it through midfield. Looks like he might have used a hand to get that, but does play it wide left. Kraft. Backwards for Palguda. Palguda comes square for San Filippo. Up the near side touchline for Martinez. Comes inside, but there's Clark to steal. And Jeff Clark rolls it wide for Valente. Backwards for Kindle. And Kindle goes straight up for Dave Testo. Testo turns at midfield. Had it stolen away neatly by Martinez. He crosses midfield. Closed down nicely by Nash. There's some good work in the midfield, but Martinez gets possession. Plays it wide right. Along the touchline is Howes. Into the penalty area, edge of the box, headed away by Testo. Howes gets it back. Stolen briefly by Clark. Goes for a tumble and wins a free kick. And he'll win that free kick 25 yards up, just along the right edge of the Whitecap penalty area.
Looks like we're going to get a substitution on the game. John Jones is warming up on the sidelines, getting some instruction from Bob Lilly, so there may be a change coming for the Whitecaps.
And it looks like a substitution now for Rochester as well. Johnny Minyonger is coming out, and Ambersley is coming on for Rochester. So Minyonger, his day is done. And Connolly Adosian is coming on too. And he's coming on for Delicott. So two forwards coming on now. Adosian and Ambersley on for Rochester. Delicott and Minyonger done for the day in minute number 58. Here's the free kick now. And standing off of it is Howes, but that ball is blocked. And now Rochester has it way back towards midfield. Kraft, long left-footed ball into the penalty area. Out comes Tony Kegg to punch it clear. Well done by Tony Kegg. The ball rolls through to the near side for Howes. Craig Howes just lets it run and takes the throw-in. Rochester trailing by 2-0. Minute number 58, and another substitution here. It's Freddie Valente off for John Jones. So John Jones plays a defensive role wide left. Freddie Valente doesn't see that he's been substituted yet. Now he's coming to the sideline. So Freddie Valente done in minute number 59.
Well, Freddie Valente's off and John Jones is on. If John Jones comes on and plays on in a left side position and they don't drop back, I think it's better. But if he starts to drop back, I think we look for trouble. He could actually go left back and Stevie Kindle push up wide in the left, and I think that's exactly what they're going to do. John Jones is going to go left back.
Sure looked like the ball went off the end line, but Jones gets his first touch and hoists it through midfield. Headed through by Kenny Burtz and hammered right up the middle of the park by Ryan Suarez. Then all the way back to Scott Palguda, straight up the middle for John Ball, who's definitely playing as a central midfielder now. Burtz then goes backwards to Palguda, closed down by Testo. Ball played into Adosian off the chest, down for Ball, back to goal, sends it through. Nice touch by Ambersley. Whitecaps steal it though. Nice tackle by Jeff Clark, and away goes Martin Nash. There's big holes opening up at the back end for Rochester. Now they're going to be careful they don't concede a third. Now here's Nash. Turns away from Ambersley and sends the ball along the deck for Clark. Plays it wide right for the overlapping Lyle. Jordy Lyle just inside Rochester territory. Chips it through and all the way off the end line for a goal kick to our left. In minute number 60, we've played an hour. We are half an hour from the end. It's Rochester 0, the Whitecaps 2. Remember, no visiting team has ever won the USL Championship in the history of this particular final. As Scott Vallow, beaten twice already, to our left. Right-footed ball, chips it through into Rochester territory. Up goes Aaron Lyons with a nice flick, taken back by Clark. And away comes Rochester again with a through ball, nicely off the chest of Jordy Lyle, who has played very well here. And now a through ball for Testo. Can you switch it? As away goes Steve Kindle, way up the park. He has played and moved up to left half, and that's actually not a bad idea because he looked very good when he played that position here last time.
Yeah, he's done well when he's wide on the left, and I think John Jones is a very competent defender, and he also brings something else to the game. Is a long throw in, and he can throw it a good 40 yards, and if we get in the attacking third here and he takes the range, it's almost like a corner kick.
The Irish player Johnny Steele, who scored against the Whitecaps, is now in, and Aaron Lyons, the Kiwi, is out. So we've had several quick successions of changes here as Rochester has possession back. Sanfilippo's going to have to chase a long way to keep this ball in the park on the near side, does so, and goes backwards to the last man, Kenny Burtz. Rochester has not been behind 2-0 at their home park this season. That's something new, and you worried that if they were behind and they were the host, the pressure's really on them now. As Adosian, with his back to goal, rolls it short. And the Whitecaps almost won it back, but Adosian gets it back inside Whitecap territory, bouncing around at midfield. Testo was held back, and the Whitecaps win a free kick just inside their own half of midfield in minute 61.
Yeah, the Whitecaps need to get a hold of it again, start passing it around, keeping possession, and, there's a lot of good heads out there, level heads and experience, that they need to just keep possession and get a lot of movement off the ball, so there's a lot of support.
And Jordy Lyle plays it short for Jeff Clark, closed down by Ambersley, goes wide right. Donnie Telly plays it through, headed away by Balguda, looking for Adosian, bumps into Nash there. Adosian does come up with it inside midfield, gave it away, and Kindle, nice ball for Jertson, and they're on the chase again. Jertson's got Clark ahead of him, goes around, tries a long shot over the top, and hit the top of the net, and goes wide, and Jeff Clark would have been on a breakaway if he had fed him through. You don't fancy Jeff Clark to score, but now Joe Jertson getting up slowly. He's had a magnificent game here. He's caused all sorts of problems. He had a magnificent game here back on July the 3rd, but could not score. As now it's Vallow who sends the ball to midfield. Flicked on and flicked through only as far as Jones on his left foot. Rolls it ahead for Kindle. Crosses midfield, pokes it ahead for Testo, closed down by Burt's, back for Nash, sends it through, looking for Jertson, but chested down and backwards from Palguda. Minute number 63, Rochester 0, Whitecaps 2, an own goal, and Tony Donatelli scoring here in minute number 56. Sent back into Whitecap territory for Klein, off the chest, left-footed ball right back into Rochester territory, as Burt's heads it through for Martinez, then for Ball, back to Martinez, charging forward. Jones with him, plays it wide for Howes, right-footed ball, top of the penalty area. Ambersley, back to goal, trying to set up a shot, spreads it wide to the other side for Johnny Steele. Steele has the overlapping help from Kraft, sends it into the penalty area, and Suarez, steady as she goes, to thump it away. And in touch right at midfield, it'll be a throw-in for Rochester. Taken down the line, Johnny Steele. Backwards for Palguda. Scott Palguda goes backwards to Burt's. Burt's plays it wide, and then Palguda chases back. Has to play it near side for Sanfilippo. Frankie Sanfilippo, another Rochester veteran who would absolutely be gutted, as most of these Rochester players would be, to lose on their home field. Long ball played through. Steve Klein heads it away. Can John Jones get there first? Yes, he can. Jones did well to turn past one man, turn past another, and then on his left foot gave it away. Martinez, against a jumping Steve Kindle, plays it wide for Howes. Left-footed ball into the penalty area, headed away. The Whitecaps are scrapping here as Dave Testo got a handball, it looked like, and the Whitecaps will get a free kick as Testo played it up off the hand of John Ball. And the Whitecaps in no real hurry to take this set play.
No, they need to calm down, but they need to keep possession. And I think sometimes it's easy to sit up here and say that, but they're clearing the lines. Stevie Klein earlier on knocked a long ball forward when he could have maybe played it into midfield and keep possession, and they're quite capable of doing that. They need to keep the ball and keep possession to see this game off, and that's not sit back and hunker down and defend, but to keep possession and play and pass the ball around and work hard for it instead of just knocking it down the field and giving it away. That way you're giving them a chance to come back at you.
Minute number 65 now. Scott Vallow, the last man back, well out of his area, sends it long. Jordy Lyle there along with Suarez, who heads it down for a ball. He knocks it down to ground for Steele. Steele getting his signals crossed with Kraft. The Whitecaps then knock it out at midfield, and it'll be another Rochester throw-in just inside the stripe on the far side, and Johnny Steele will take the throw. And he scored that first goal in the 2-0 win here for Rochester. His ball thrown right to Tony Donatelli, who knocks it right back out again. Another throw-in for Rochester, far side of the field, 15 yards into Whitecaps territory. Ambersley turns it backwards for Palguda. Right at midfield, Scott Palguda backwards to the last man, Burt's, at the fringe of the circle. They're pushing up, and there's lots of gaps at the back. Now a long through ball, testing Martinez. Nicely cleared by Jones. Nash sends it through. Jertson, here's where the break could be on, and Jertson just couldn't get a hold of it. And Ambersley, who's well back in the midfield circle, now charges forward. Tony Donatelli tucks in to close him down. Through ball. Here's Adosian. Tried to play it through. Great play by Suarez. Adosian gets it back, tries to line up a shot, lays it down for Martinez, whips it across all the way through and wide of the far post for a goal kick. Whoa, very close. It was a good build-up, but the header goes wide of the far post in minute number 66 still. The Whitecaps 2 and Rochester 0.
Well, Rochester haven't packed it in yet, have they? They're still having a go and coming at Vancouver, which they have to really if they want to get something out of this game. But the Whitecaps, again, you know, they're going to give chances away when that happens, but they're not panicking. They're not panicking at the back, and that's a good sign. I think Suarez brings a lot of experience to the team and a lot of calm. Tony Craig at the back gives a lot of calm and influence with the way he talks and gets organised, and Stevie Klein as well. I just think they're solid at the back, and unless they do something absolutely stupid, they should see this game off.
As now Rochester in possession inside their own territory as they show a replay of that chance just now. It was a good ball whipped in, just the right height, and it went off the side netting as John Ball to the feet of Martinez. Wide for Sanfilippo, closed down by Steve Kindle, who knocks it in touch. Great defending upfield by Steve Kindle, who's now playing wide left. Sanfilippo to the feet of Ball, plays it through for Howes, backwards for Sanfilippo. Howes back to goal, pokes it through it right to Martin Nash. Nash has nobody ahead of him except now for Testo. Here comes Jertson down the near side. There's the through ball, and again, Jertson's off to the races. Can he keep this in? Looks like he will. No, he's going to let it run. Just ran out of gas. Let it run. It'll be a goal kick to our left. The ball just a little bit heavy from Testo. Otherwise, Jertson might have had an opportunity again.
Yeah, that's a smart play by Joey there. He's no chance of getting that, so he's just backed off a little bit there. But he's caught them, hasn't he? He's just had that little run where he's late coming in from behind, and the ball through behind a square back four, and they are a bit square, and they have to be. They're pushing out a little bit more, Rochester. So Joey's obviously the guy you're going to look for on the break, and I wouldn't be surprised to see him get one on the break tonight.
And the wind and rain have temporarily stopped, as now it's sent through by Steve Kindle. Nobody on the end of this. The Whitecaps will push out a little bit. Last man back is Kenny Burtz. And Kenny Burtz, inside his own penalty area, will roll it forward for Palguda, the other central defender. Spreads it wide for Nate Kraft. Right along the touchline, up the line it goes for Johnny Steele. Back to goal. Back inside for Palguda, and then off. And the pressure upfield turns the ball over. Fans again getting a bit restless as the Whitecaps have a throw-in on the far side of the field. The home team down 2-0 in the final. Martin Nash pokes it through neatly for Jertson. He's up by himself. Now he's got Testo on the break, tried to roll it through, and Rochester just recovered in time. And up the line it goes on the far side. Headed down neatly by Jordy Lyle, beautifully for Nash, all the way back for Steve Klein. This is what you were talking about. Possession soccer now as John Jones has it on his left foot, then cuts to his right, 10 yards deep, long ball forward. A little too far for everybody as it's going to bounce off the end and go for a throw-in. And there's a Canadian flag over on the far side of the field, up where the Whitecaps fans are sitting. As now we have another substitution, it looks like, coming on.
Peter, I don't mind what John Jones just did there. He's trying to play a diagonal ball forward there, but what he did just before that, rather than when the ball was coming at him, just booted up the field, he's actually took an extra touch to make sure that he can try and keep possession. There wasn't a lot of options on, so he's played the best option, was a far diagonal ball to the far side. He's a good player, that's smart play, and they're trying the best they can to keep possession.
Charles Becky is about to come on for Rochester. Great play by Jones to shield the ball. He goes into the Rochester bench. And Charles Becky, the huge forward, is going to take off Ray Martinez. And so the Whitecaps have a bit of a handful. You know about Becky's finishing. Either it flies into the goal or it's into the city of Rochester River. As now it's San Filippo. As the ball is knocked through for Burtz. Burtz plays it wide for Howes. Howes crosses midfield. Testo poked at it. There's Becky's first touch, but it's taken away by Klein, who knocks it forward for San Filippo. San Filippo wide for Becky. Knocks it through for Adosian off the chest. They got lots of natural forwards out there now as Adosian has it knocked off a set of legs. Stays on the park. It went off Kindle's legs. Good play by Adosian to head it all the way back. And Rochester gets possession through Palguda. Wide for Kraft. Inside Whitecap territory. Closed down by Donatelli. Good work by Donatelli to stay with Kraft, not fouling him. And then it goes off of Steele and out. And Johnny Steele not happy with that. The Whitecaps have a throw in 20 yards out. Minute number 70. 20 minutes from time. Rochester 0, Whitecaps 2. 45th minute goal by Jertson. And a 56th minute goal by Tony Donatelli, set up by Jertson. As a flick goes back to the last man, San Filippo, right-footed ball, thumps it forward into Whitecap territory. Headed up in the air by Jordy Lyle, and Becky ran into him. And there's a yellow card for Charles Becky as he went in hard on Jordy Lyle. 2 yellow cards now in the game, both to the Rhinos. And Charles Becky, within 2 minutes of coming on, has been booked. And Jordy Lyle is down on all fours and getting up slowly.
Yeah, I think Becky's caught him from behind there, but it probably looks worse than what it is, and the referee out with a yellow card quick. I think there's been worse challenges than that in the game, but he's a lot closer than I am. He's given a yellow card. But the Whitecaps need to start pushing out a bit more. Every chance they get, they've got to creep out and make the field smaller for Rochester to play in. The longer they sit back, the more chance of inviting problems. They've got to get pushed up.
Thumped through by Ked. Nice flick by Testo all the way through to the other goalkeeper, Scott Vallow, who scoops it up. Beaten twice here, Scott Vallow. And Scott Vallow will throw it. Boy, he looked like he was outside the 18 there as he plays it near side for San Filippo. Up the line it goes. Flag goes up. Whitecaps get the throw, and John Jones should take this quickly. Takes it quickly. Here's Testo. Charging forward is Kindle. The flag stays down. A good tackle, though, by San Filippo, and Rochester has possession back through midfield. Becky lays it off for Ambersley, and a nice poke in by Martin Nash. And then stolen away by Testo again. Testo charging forward. Steve Kindle's with them. Testo doesn't know where to go with it. Rolls it through. Kindle, can he get through? No, but they'll win a throw in deep. Yes, a throw in right in the area of the corner flag.
And really, they're not ready to take this to Whitecaps, but John Jones should be the guy on this if it's a throw-in. And is he giving a corner kick?
No, it's a throw-in, but John Jones should be taking this, but instead he's staying back, and Steve Kindle is going to be taking it at minute number 72. Referee wants the Whitecaps to hurry it up a little bit as the wind picks up again here, but the rain looks like it's stopped. And Kindle for Jertson short, then back for Kindle. Pokes it through nicely for Testo. Testo, edge of the penalty area, pokes it backwards for Martin Nash. Gets in the way of the referee, closed down by Ball, so he goes all the way back to Ryan Suarez inside the midfield circle. Careful. Ryan Suarez tried to be fancy with a back heel. Here's Charles Becky. He's lucky. Ryan Suarez very lucky. Long ball sent back into Rochester territory for an offside. Oh boy, and Ryan Suarez, the whole bench was up there. And I don't know if you heard Bob Lenarduzzi in the background there, but boy, oh boy, Ryan Suarez with pressure on. We saw him do that against Minnesota, and it got burned. And they were up 2-0 against Minnesota in that game. Minute 73, and Rochester in possession. Ambersley near midfield along the deck for Burtz. Burtz approaches midfield. Right-footed ball into Whitecap territory. Touched on by Jones and off right ahead of John Ball. And another throw-in for Rochester.
Well, I don't know what Ryan Suarez is thinking there. He's just a little bit too cute there, and really it needs calm heads and just good professional performance here to get this game over with. Nothing like that.
Howes, edge of the box, blocked by Clark. Nice through ball for Nash. Beautifully back for Donatelli. Long switch play, and away goes Jertson again on the trot. And that time the wind didn't help out as Kenny Burtz with a chest down. Looks like he might have gotten a handball. But play continues as up the line they go on the far side for Becky. Or is that Adosian? That's Connolly Adosian. Plays a through ball for Steele. Steele couldn't get past Martin Nash. Martin Nash is going to get there first. Goes to ground. Oh, that's a nasty collision. Oh, boy. Martin Nash went in hard. And absolutely, he couldn't stop. He was sliding. And the Rochester player is worse for wear. Nash is up. But the Rochester player, didn't see who it was. I don't think it was Steele, is down on the ground. It's a free kick for Rochester, 18 yards up right against the touchline. And he is, oh boy, that was tough. And I think it is Steele. He's had a tough time coming into this game.
Peter, I think on that play there, Nash gone in 50-50. They both went in flying in together, and I think Nash just been a bit clumsy and caught him. I think he might have caught him on the chin, which is
Nate Kraft,
not
sorry.
bad, but I don't think there was any malice, and I think the referee's done the right thing there, not giving a yellow card. He's seen that it was a 50-50.
Nate Kraft has had his bell rung. The ball whipped into the penalty area, beautifully headed away again by the Whitecaps. Only as far as Kraft, who just took that brutal, thumping, sliding challenge. I mean, and it wasn't nasty. It was just that he couldn't stop on the wet surface. He slid right into him. And Rochester charges forward again into Whitecap territory. And hammered away. And again, Lyle goes down, thumps over, and the Whitecaps win a free kick. And John Ball complaining he's on a yellow card, so he's got to be careful. Steve Kindle having some discussions as now there's a bit of feeling coming into the game in minute number 75, 15 minutes from time. Tony Cagg will take this free kick just outside his own penalty area.
Peter, the natural thing to do in this situation when you're 2 up and the other team's come flying out is to sit back and try and defend the lead. It's natural, but the best thing to do is to creep out and push out as much as you can and play further up the field and where there's less chance of scoring goals. And I think they're a little bit guilty tonight, the Whitecaps, of sitting a bit too far back. They need to push on and get tight as much as they can.
Steve Kindle nicely along the ground for Clark, just like this, along the ground, played along the ground. Now here's Donatelli, and he goes backwards to Jordy Lyle, who's got acres of space in front of him. Lyle thought about going back to Suarez, then thought better of it as he plays it forward for Testo, and again on the ground for Clark. Then for Nash, almost gave it away, but Nash sidesteps one, crosses midfield, tried to switch play, chested down by Frankie Sanfilippo, through for Ball, who charges forward into Whitecap territory. Kindle caught him just enough that John Jones could steal the ball. Jones across midfield, charging forward, sliding tackle, felled, no foul, but the ball rolls off for a throw-in. The Whitecaps will have it. John Jones wanted a foul, won't get it. The Whitecaps will have a throw-in in front of Laurie Calloway and the Rochester bench, as it'll be John Jones to take now a yellow card coming out for John Jones for time wasting or complaining. Steve Klein doesn't like that.
I think the referee had his whistle to his mouth in the original incident where he went down and he wouldn't give it. And I don't know whether John Jones has said something, but I don't know why he deserves a yellow card for that.
Great throw in for Testo, who's deep in the corner to our left. Can he win a corner kick off the legs? No. Good defending there by Sanfilippo, who knocked it off the legs of Testo, who cleared it back, and away comes Rochester again through midfield. That's stolen by Nash. You see some breaks opening up here. One more goal, and you got to say it's over as Kindle has possession, rolls it near side for Testo, inside Rochester territory. He's 12 yards up. He's happy to kill the game off down in this corner as long as he can. Takes it to the corner, knocked over, and up comes Rochester with the ball. Ball chipped through for Becky off his chest. No challenge. Touches it down along the near side touchline. Kindle goes in hard. Elbow comes up from Becky. It goes off Becky and out. And actually, it's going to be a Rochester throw-in. Howes to take. Throws it through for ball. Headed down by Jones. Knocked through by Nash. Only as far as Howes. Didn't get a very good first touch. Now he charges forward. Plays it through. But there's Jordy Lyle to thump it right back in minute 78. As it goes all the way into Rochester territory. Scott Vallow, the goalkeeper, touches down for Kenny Burtz.
I think what they've got to do is get the shape again, Peter. The two strikers have to get pushed on and advance further up the field, and they've got to get pushed out at the back. And then when they win possession, they've got some shape to try and keep the ball. They're a bit too far back for my liking, and they're just inviting a bit more pressure.
Ambersley along the near side touchline against Tyndall, down the line for Becky, let it run, and Jones lost his man. It's played to the top of the penalty area. Here's John Ball in the box, tries to chip it through, over the head kick from Adosian. Out comes a Keg, and the shot goes over the top for a goal kick. Oh my goodness, that was close. Adosian tried the overhead kick, and now a player down inside the goal. I think it's Ryan Suarez, who's on the goal line and needing some attention. And Ryan Suarez holding that thigh that's quite taped up there. He's had groin issues. He's on the goal line right now. And Dave Terlicker will head onto the park. Gives us a bit of a breathing space here. 12 minutes and less to go. And the Whitecaps with some medical attention at the moment.
And Adrian Kahn warming up just in case Ryan Suarez has to come off. But again, I think the Whitecaps, they're causing a few of their own problems. And it's so easy to say that sitting up here. But they need to get pushed out every opportunity they can get. When the ball's under pressure and the Rochester players can't play it forward, that's the time to push out. You can't push out when they can play it over your head because you can get done that way. But every chance you get where there's pressure on the ball, push out, push out, push out, creep up, and it makes it tighter for them to play in. But the two strikers as well have to get pushed on and get more challenge up front rather than sitting back over the halfway lane and just waiting for the game to come to them.
Tony Keg with a long ball for Donatelli, headed off by Kraft, and the Whitecaps get a throw in, and now Ryan Suarez waved back onto the field. Looks like he's okay. The big number 33 from Sacramento, California. He's made a difference since he's joined this club. The throw-in for the chest of Testo. Did well to turn his man. Pokes it through. Blocked, though, by Adosian. Then played through midfield. Upsets Jones. Jones and Kindle get tangled up. Good run by Ball, and it's a free kick for Rochester at midfield as Jeff Clark gets knocked over. And Jeff Clark's got to be careful he doesn't get a yellow card. And it'll be a Rochester free kick and a yellow card to Jeff Clark. And again, the Whitecaps all dropping off to the edge of the penalty area. This does make you a little bit nervous in minute number 80. And the final substitution now for Rochester, as it looks like Perry's coming on. Was it Perry? I think it is. Jason Perry from Detroit coming on now. And he's taking off Greg Howes. So the veteran is done. And Perry comes on. He's got some good height. Played against the Whitecaps last year at Swangard, but hasn't seen a whole lot of time this year. But he's on the pitch now as Ambersley sends a long ball into the penalty area, headed at the top of the box, headed away by Lyle, not very far out. Steele moving to the top of the penalty area, taken away by Nash. Nash makes one move, lays it out wide for the overlapping Donatelli. He keeps it in and beautifully forward for Testo. Couldn't quite hold it up. He's all by himself amongst four white shirts. And Rochester really pouring it on now, trying to get at least a goal back. Adosian couldn't win the ball. Cleared away. Through for Adosian in the penalty area. He's still on his feet. Pokes it through. And Keg goes down to pull it away. Adosian didn't get a very good shot away. And they may look back on that as the best chance to score, as he was right through. He was reluctant to shoot, and Tony Keg just had to smother it as he sends it long into Rochester territory, and now foul against Jertson. And out comes Scott Vallow. Oh my goodness, this is nail-biting time now. Even though it's 2-0, Rochester's really coming on here in the late stages. Through ball cut out by Lyle, and off and out for a throw-in right at midfield. Minute 82. Here comes a Whitecap substitution. Joey Jertson's coming off. Adrian Kahn will come in midfield. Huge applause for the league's 2006 MVP, setting up the first goal, setting up the second goal. And Joe Jertson has a seat.
The only danger with that substitution there, Peter, is if they're going to sit Adrian Kahn back and they're going to sit back, I think they're inviting trouble. If they're going to play a one striker up front, they need to advance the pressure further up the field to stop the chances. If they sit back too far, they're going to give more chances away.
Perry locks a long ball through into Whitecap territory. There for it is, I can't see who that player was for Rochester. Ambersley, left-footed ball into the box, over everybody's head, and straight through to Tony Keg. 9,547 in attendance tonight, not a sellout. 95-47 for the USL Championship at Paytech Park in Rochester, brought to you tonight by Sports Action here on AM 730. Peter Shad and Alan Arrington watching on as the Whitecaps are 8 minutes plus stoppage time away from their first championship in that name since 1979. Jeff Clark pokes it through for Nash. Nash turns at midfield and chips it ahead for Kindle. He's got a bit of room against Perry. Rolls it backwards for Jones, the left back, then back for Kindle. Good job as they play back and forth. Up the line it goes. Testo is running out of steam up front. That's where they may want to make the substitution, and Taddy's about to come on to do some running for the Whitecaps. And we've seen in the past, when it starts to open up at the back, Taddy Matondo get a lot of chances with his pace. Palguda with a left-footed ball into Whitecap territory. Suarez ahead of Becky. No foul. And Kindle wins it. Through for Testo. Nice little pass for Nash. Nash rolls it wide right. Donatelli had come in, and the ball will roll off on the far side for a Rochester throw 20 yards up. Thrown short for Palguda. Minute number 84 now we're into. Just clicked over. Minute number 83 and 84 as Burt sends a thumping ball through midfield, taken nicely by Jones. Gave it away at midfield. Here's Ambersley, the rookie. Plays it wide, looking for Steele. Is Steele going to keep this ball in on the far side of the field? No, yes, he is. Good job by Steele. Donatelli got a touch in. And then Kraft on the far side. Comes in the middle of the park, rolled through. Steele back out wide for Kraft, who's had a good performance here tonight. Long left-footed ball way up high into the box. Again, Keg came out, looked like he was fouled, and then Kindle knocks it away. Looked like Tony Keg was fouled there. All the way back for Perry. Jason Perry from Detroit. Down the line it goes. Nice tackle by Kindle to slide it off and out. Thrown square. Again, Ambersley beaten to it by Adrian Kahn. His first touch for Testo, make that Nash. Nash turns away, comes square. There's Donatelli, helps it on for Clark. Testo's trying to stay on side. It goes wide right for Jordy Lyle. He's on the trot. Go on, Jordy Lyle. Jordy Lyle's pace gets it past, and there's a foul. And a bad one, too, by Kraft on the far side as Jordy Lyle had beat his man. The Whitecaps will get a free kick inside Rochester territory, 22 yards up, and a yellow card to Nate Kraft here in minute number 85. 5 minutes from time. Rochester 0, the Whitecaps 2. And the free kick, 22 yards up far side. Another substitution coming now. I think Taddy's coming on. Now they're not going to get it away yet as Donatelli goes back to Ryan Suarez. Nothing cute, Ryan. On his right foot, rolls it through for Clark. Back to goal, defers for Lyle. Wide right, tried to keep it on, couldn't. It's another throw, and now perhaps Taddy Matondo will get a chance to come on for Dave Testo, who's done a mile of running up front. He's done a good job here in for Eddie Sabrango tonight. It's been a very valuable addition to this team. Steve Kindle goes to ground, wins the ball briefly. Adrian Kahn with a follow-up. Great job by Ball to win it again. John Ball's been a beast in there. And then it's knocked up the line and in touch for another Rochester throw right in front of Laurie Calloway. Jason Perry to take. Minute 86. Here comes the Whitecaps substitution. And it's actually Martin Nash who comes off for Taddy Matondo. So Testo will drop into midfield. Taddy will move up front. Martin Nash, the former Rhino, comes off. He's had a great performance. He gets a handshake and a hug from his coach, Bob Lilly, and takes a seat on the bench.
Well, Martin Nash had a good performance tonight. One of his best performances of the season. I think he's really done a good job, and I'm surprised he's coming off, to be honest with you. He's still got a lot in him, and he's the only guy, really, that he's the keeping possession.
Now here's a breakaway for Taddy. Taddy gets around the goalkeeper. The net is empty. It's all over. Taddy Matondo has scored. He takes off his shirt. The Whitecaps are up 3-0. The Vancouver Whitecaps.
Substitution.
The Whitecaps are going to win their first USL championship. They are going to become the first team to win an away game in this final. Taddy Matondo's first touch took him around Scott Fallow, and he poked it into the empty goal. It's Rochester 0, the Whitecaps 3. It's going to be a party in Rochester tonight.
Oh, is it heaven? Taddy's going to get booked. You'd think he'd have learned from Eddie Sabrango last week, but he's going to get booked for that. And what a substitution. I'm saying Martin Nash is Morris, he's done well keeping possession. With the first touch of the goal, Taddy Matondo gets through and scores the third goal. They've got to be the winners now. If they give this one away, it's got to be the biggest comeback in football history.
And Matondo, with basically his first touch, was onside and in the clear. The Whitecaps are 3 goals up. The fans are heading to the exits, as Rochester, who won the final bid and got to host the championship, are going to become the first team to lose the championship at home. As the Whitecaps have scored 3, they're all up on the sideline with their arms around each other. Steve Kindle gets hammered over by Ambersley. Here's a yellow card to Ambersley. Kindle, keep your head, as he's trying to get involved now with Ball, who's a feisty player himself. But Kindle doesn't need to get involved here. The Whitecaps are going to win the championship. They're going to join the women who won the W League championship. It is going to be a great year for the Whitecaps. Ambersley booked. We're in minute 88. And a free kick to John Jones along the near side. The entire bench got up there when Taddy got the breakaway. Scott Ballo could do nothing. And Rochester will be shattered with this result here as Taddy gets another touch. He's out on the wide side now. Lays backwards for Jordy Lyle. Through ball looking for Testo. Hammered away, and Ryan Suarez gets there first. They've allowed 1 goal since the Charleston game. They didn't allow any against Atlanta. And just that 1 goal by Romario through the wall. And since then, they have been airtight at the back. And they are 3 goals up in minute number 88 now as Adrian Kahn hammers it through midfield. David Testo by himself 1v3. He'll run it on against Burtz and Palguda. Lays off for Donatelli. He's got Kindle coming wide to the near side. Can they get another one? Steve Kindle along the near touchline. He'll take it right to the corner. Gets shouldered off the ball. Wins a corner. No, it's a goal kick. How is that a goal kick? Kindle knocked it off the legs. It's a goal kick to our left. Minute 89.
I don't know how he got that as a goal kick either, Peter. I think that's an absolute crime. That's a corner kick in anybody's books.
Ball thumped through midfield. Kahn with the flick backwards, and the free kick called against Becky, who bundled over Kahn. So the free kick inside the circle. Well, it was a long trip. There was delays at the airport, but it's going to be worth it. It's going to be party time in Rochester for these Whitecaps. As Ryan Suarez again hobbling inside Whitecap territory. Steve Klein not in any hurry to take this. Minute number 89 now. And I'm not sure how much stoppage time will be added. There were a couple of injuries here in the second half. Tony Donatelli, who scored that crucial second goal, plays it through for Testo, who flicks it on to Scott Vallow. And Scott Vallow will roll it to the edge of his box and clear it down into Whitecap territory. Suarez boots it up high in the air, straight up in the air, headed down by San Filippo. Steele touches down for Becky, taken away by Clark, the captain of this team. Through ball for Testo. What a night it's going to be for Jeff Clark, I'm sure, as Rochester has possession inside Whitecap territory, but Testo takes it away. Steele has it, left-footed ball forward. Becky nudges it down nicely, but there's Suarez again to take it away. Again, he's hobbling. Far side for Steele. On his left foot, sends it into the box, and flick backwards out the other side. And will it go off for a corner or a throw-in? It hits the flag and goes off for a throw. We are that close to time added on for stoppage. Ryan Suarez again down. Looks like he may have to come off now, as he is just rolling around. He is in a lot of pain inside the Whitecap 6-yard box. Fans flooding for the exits here.
And Peter, I think David Morris is getting very, very rapidly ready to come on here, and I think he may be coming on for Ryan Suarez. They'll get Suarez off and see this game out, but David Morris, it's good to see him on the field in the final. He deserves to be. He's had a great season, so David Morris will come on for Ryan Suarez.
2 minutes of stoppage time to be added, but there may be more now that this substitution has to take place, and Suarez is going off the goal line just next to Tony Kegg's goal, which has remained, well, perfect tonight. They're already starting to party on the touchline as the Whitecaps giving a big pat on the head to Bob Lilly. They might have actually done a little bit of a Gatorade shower on Bob Lilly as Eddie Sabrango gives his coach a big kiss on the cheek. Whitecaps get the ball back and knock it through midfield. Last man back is Kraft, Nate Kraft. Long left-footed ball. They're not giving up. They're playing it to the top of the box. Headed down. Headed away by Kahn as Dave Morris is in the park now. And then a bad foul on Jeff Clark, who's down on the deck. Connolly Adozian went hard on Jeff Clark, who gets up slowly, as they've given Bob Lilly the Gatorade shower there below us. I don't know if it was Gatorade or not, but they certainly gave him a lot of congratulations. Bob Lilly about to win his first USL championship. He got here with Hershey, but lost 2-0 to these Rhinos. But they know it now. The Whitecaps are going to be champions. We're in stoppage time, 1:20 played. The referee will keep all eyes on him. As he said there'd be 2 minutes. Rochester with a throw into our left. Ball, Perry sends it up the line. Morris nods it right back out again. Our referee, Andrew Chapin, is the man who's going to decide the outcome of this and when it finishes, as Jeff Clark plays it wide for Taddy, who scored the third goal. Backwards for Lyle, chips it through all the way to Perry. Jason Perry, right-footed ball, deep into Whitecap territory. Chasing back as Adosian, flicks it all the way through. Out comes Tony Keg to scoop it up. We've played the 2 minutes. The referee looks at his watch. He's going to add another minute, I guess, because of the stoppage for Suarez. Keg sends it long down the field into Rochester territory. Headed right back in again by Palguda. And Donatelli will let that roll off for a throw-in. It's not over yet, but it is over. The Whitecaps are going to win both the W League and USL championships. For the first time since 1979, a team named the Whitecaps is going to host a major trophy in USL soccer. As the referee puts the whistles to his lips, back it goes. There it is! The Whitecaps are champion of the USL. And Bob Lilly finally breaks his championship duck. The trophy's coming home to Vancouver. The Whitecaps are champions of 2006.
Well done, Bob.
Bob Lenarduzzi with the handshakes. The players are all jumping around in midfield. Wonderful scenes here. Certainly it's got to be devastating for the Rhinos, who dejectedly walk off the park. The first home team to lose the championship, and it was done in convincing style. It's going to be a party tonight for the men in blue as they all embrace. And they'll set up the stage now for the trophy presentation. Joey Jurtson gets credit with the winning goal. Steve Klein, what a classy player, comes over, shakes the hands of Laurie Calloway and the rest of the Rhinos. Steve Klein's lost the trophy before, but he hugs Bob Lilly. It's been a great odyssey for the two of those men, and they are dancing around at midfield. They're showing it on the big screen as the Whitecaps celebrate. What a wonderful feeling. It's the greatest feeling. You know, you've been through it a couple times, Alan. What are they going through right now?
Absolute delight. They've worked so hard for this, and you know what? To win 3-0 in a final is wonderful. To win 3-0 on the home team, on the away team, you know, you're playing away from home in Rochester. You've stuffed it down the throats. I think they've deserved it tonight. They've played it well. They've got good players, and they're full of confidence. They've passed it well. I thought it absolutely outstanding. Fully deserved to be the champions. And, you know, they've had their ups and downs through the season, but it ain't how you start. It's how you finish that counts. And they finished #1. What a year for the club. Men's team, women's team, champions of the USL, and still more to come with the Y League maybe. Great advert for the game. It was a good final actually. 3 goals in, and Rochester must be commended. They've actually played well tonight. Unlucky not to get a couple of goals, and Tony Keg's worked hard and done a good job. Didn't have a great deal to do, but he's had another shutout. Great performance, what a result, and the Whitecaps are back on track, and everything looks positive from now on in.
Dave